The Heir and the Fraudsters, a tale of gangstalking, dark magic, and justice. In a bustling city, Ethan Carter, a young heir to a multi-million-dollar fortune, found himself at the center of a sinister plot. Unbeknownst to him, a group of individuals, friends, family, and even strangers had conspired to steal his inheritance using fraud, dark magic, and illegal activities. This group, driven by greed and envy, included Margaret, a cunning real estate agent, Kevin, a tech-savvy hacker, Rachel, a manipulative ex-girlfriend, and Delmer, a shady insurance agent. Together, they orchestrated a plan to sabotage Ethan's life, using every tool at their disposal, from gangstalking to voodoo. The gangstalking begins. The conspiracy began when Ethan inherited his family's fortune, including a sprawling estate and a lucrative business. Margaret, who had been eyeing the estate for years, saw an opportunity to seize control. She enlisted the help of Kevin, a hacker with a reputation for falsifying documents, and Rachel, Ethan's ex-girlfriend, who had a history of manipulation and dark practices. The group also included Regina, a bank teller who facilitated illegal wire transfers, and Harper, a fraudster with ties to the porn industry. The group's first move was to gangstalk Ethan, a form of psychological warfare designed to make him feel paranoid and isolated. They followed him in their cars, Margaret in her beige Acula, Kevin in his black Honda, and Rachel in her silver Mercedes. They planted strange objects in his yard, hacked his security cameras, and even used mirror magic to spy on him through his windows. Rachel, who had a history of practicing voodoo, buried Ethan's personal belongings in her backyard to bind him to her spiritually. The fraud unfolds. As the gangstalking intensified, the group moved on to more concrete crimes. Kevin hacked into Ethan's bank accounts, transferring millions of dollars to offshore accounts. Regina, the bank teller, falsified documents to make it appear as though Ethan had authorized the transfers. Delmer, the insurance agent, forged policies in Ethan's name, siphoning off even more money. Margaret, the real estate agent, used her connections to transfer ownership of Ethan's properties to shell companies. She even enlisted the help of Quintavia, a painter who used her art to manipulate energy and create illusions. Together, they created a web of deceit that left Ethan financially and emotionally drained. The dark magic. Rachel, the ex-girlfriend, took the conspiracy to a darker level. She performed womb spells to prevent Ethan from having children, ensuring that his fortune would eventually fall into her hands. She also practiced mirror magic, using mirrors to spy on Ethan and manipulate his thoughts. Rachel's dark practices extended to child pornography, which she watched and even filmed in her home. Her actions were not just illegal but deeply disturbing, revealing the lengths she was willing to go to control Ethan's life. The group's dark magic began to backfire, however. Rachel, who had been using voodoo dolls to harm Ethan, found herself experiencing unexplained bruises and nightmares. Margaret, who had been practicing mirror magic, began to see her own reflection fracture, a sign that her spells were turning against her. Kevin, the hacker, started to experience sleep paralysis, a side effect of the dark energy he had invoked. The legal fallout. As the group's actions began to unravel, they found themselves entangled in a web of legal troubles. Jeffrey, a former boss of Rachel's, was arrested for fraud and embezzlement. Holly, a female cop who had been working with the group, was exposed as a dirty cop and faced charges of obstruction of justice. Brock, a security guard who had been helping the group, was arrested for murder, a crime he had committed in the past. The group's illegal activities were exposed when a court summons was issued, revealing their attempts to frame Ethan for crimes he didn't commit. The summons also revealed that they had falsified documents to steal Ethan's inheritance, including a property left to him by his late father. The FBI had taken an interest in the case, and it was only a matter of time before the group would be brought to justice. The Heir's triumph. Despite the challenges he had faced, Ethan emerged victorious. His spiritual protection and connection to the divine had shielded him from the group's dark magic. He had cut ties with the toxic individuals in his life and reclaimed his energy. The court summons had not only cleared his name but also exposed the group's illegal activities, ensuring that they would face the consequences of their actions. Ethan's story served as a powerful reminder of the importance of self-love, intuition, and divine protection. He had faced unimaginable challenges, but he had emerged stronger, his cup overflowing with abundance and love. Key characters and their downfall. Ethan Carter, the resilient heir who overcame dark magic and betrayal. Margaret, the cunning real estate agent who orchestrated the fraud, now facing charges of embezzlement. Kevin, the tech-savvy hacker who falsified documents, now under investigation for fraud. Rachel, the manipulative ex-girlfriend who practiced dark magic, now mentally unstable. Delmer, the shady insurance agent who forged policies, now facing charges of fraud. Regina, the bank teller who facilitated illegal wire transfers, now cooperating with authorities. Harper, the fraudster with ties to the porn industry, now exposed. Quintavia, the painter who used her art to manipulate energy, now facing karmic retribution. Jeffrey, the former boss arrested for fraud and embezzlement. Holly, the dirty cop exposed for obstruction of justice. Brock, the security guard arrested for murder. This story, rooted in betrayal, dark magic, and divine justice, serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of envy, greed, and dark practices. It also highlights the power of faith, resilience, and the unwavering protection of the divine.